Guys, I would not lie to you. The absolute best free player in Madden 25 Ultimate Team just got released, and you can pick him up in maybe 5 minutes. Let's talk about it. Now, Soul family, and welcome back to another Madden 25 Ultimate Team video. Hope you watching this one are having a wonderful start to your day, and without further ado, let's get this bad boy started. Now, before we do, real quick, shout out to the sponsor of this video and the sponsor of my channel, Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Fantasy has just been running a grotesque amount of specials recently. Yesterday, we got an MLB special. We had a pitcher strikeouts line discounted down to 3.5. Hit that easily. Combine it with a couple of other NFL picks, which honestly, I quite like. Jalen Hurts didn't go over 40 rushing yards very often last year, and Malik Neighbors, I think he's going to get absolutely force-fed. We paired that discounted pick, which hit rather easily, with a couple of NFL picks, and we're looking to win 60 bucks. Now, boys, Underdog is doing discounts like that basically every single day, so the earlier you sign up, the more discounts you're going to get. If you want access, click the link in the description, use the promo code SWIFT, and let's get it started. All right, now you might have guessed it. The free player we're going to be getting is by going on over to our solo challenges, go into the team builder solos, and there's 2 solos you got to play. All you got to do is play through the Baker's Dozen and the Mayfield of Dreams on full star. It's going to take you about 30 seconds, and you're going to get an 82 overall BND team builder fantasy pack. Now you might be thinking, Swift, an 82 overall player, how is that one of the best free cards in this game? Fellas, look at this. Because not only do I want you playing those 2 solo challenges, not only do I want you opening this bad boy up, I want you going through and scrolling to one player in specific. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the cards in this pack, they're OP. We're gonna talk about some other ones you should buy. We're gonna talk about some other ways to get them for cheap a little bit later in this video. But the player I want you scrolling to is none other than Divine Diablo, the middle linebacker. We're gonna scroll on over till we see him. I'm just edging myself right here as we try and find him. He was the 4th one. I should have never hit it from the back. Big mistake always. But Divine Diablo's 82 overall card is unbelievable. 86 speed, 88 acceleration, 6'3". As a user, he's got 85 tackling and 85 hit power. The zone don't matter because he's going to be your user every single time. Play Rex is 73, blocks hit to 72. This card is incredible as a user. We're going to be picking him right here, and this is the player I recommend everyone select. This card right here is the mother of all users. He is unbelievable, and you only have to play 2 solos to get him and spend maybe 5 minutes. This is a card who should be on everyone's team. To buy Madden 25 coins for the cheapest price on the internet, check out MMOEXP by clicking the link in the description and use the promo code SWIFT at checkout for 5% off. Now, we can actually take a look at some of the other stats now that we actually picked him right here. His acceleration is an 88, which is solid. His jumping is going to be an 83. Change of direction is a 75. That's the only thing that's like, I wish it was a little bit higher. But past that, everything about this card is awesome. He's going to be my middle linebacker number 1. Nick Bolton, you're gone. I'm sorry, buddy. You're 5'11". You're slower. You've got less excel. You're off the team. Now, not only do I want you guys playing these solos, but I also think there is unbelievable value in going through here and buying some of the other 82s or doing sets for some of the other 82s. Let me talk about which players I think you should get. Then I'll go through and actually show you the cheapest way to get them. Now, first things first, cards to consider. I'm going to keep this pretty simple. There's only 3 cards I'm going to talk about. Are there a bunch of team builders you can pick? Yeah, I think there's a bunch of actually really good cards, but I'm going to keep this simple right here. And I'm just going to give you 3 options that I suggest and 3 options that I think are honestly super solid. The first one is going to be Shaquille Griffin. This card I'm actually going to be picking up in today's video. 82 overall, 84 speed, 6', 85 excel. I mainly run zone coverage. He's got 80 zone, not bad. 78 play rec, 83 jumping. The card is actually pretty perfect for a corner. If we compare him to some of the best corners in this game, like Antonio Cromartie, I mean, the speed stacks up. He's very, very similar with many other stats. And to me personally, I think these 82s are actually better than the 85s, which is crazy. Like, I'm on mud.gg right now looking, and man, oh man, this card is basically as good as Asante Samuel. Asante Samuel sells for 300,000 more coins. So Shaquille Griffin is a card that I really, really like. I also really like this Juan Thornhill. I will say we already have Julius Peppers. That's the only thing that makes me a little bit less all in about recommending this player. But at 79k, you get 85 speed, 85 excel, and you get 76 zone. Not horribly. These cards have really solid speed and excel. Then finally, if you want a nice little middle linebacker tandem, which is honestly what I'm probably going going to go through here into Jack Campbell. Looks like a very, very good card as well. Jack Campbell selling at 84k, but again, we can get these cards for a little bit cheaper. Jack Campbell, though, 84 speed, 89 excel, and he's 6'5", 82 hit power. The only thing that's an issue about this card is the zone coverage. If we scroll on down right here, you guys are going to see that the zone is a 57. That's not very good. So I honestly might go through and decide if I want to use her Jack or if I want to use her Divine Diablo, because both of them don't really have crazy good zone, but they're both really good users. And I think those three cards are some great ones to add to your team. Now, are there other good players in here? Absolutely. I'm looking at a list right here. Ronnie Harrison Jr., a pretty solid, strong safety. If you want to go through and get Rondale Moore, 85 speed, he's 5'7". He's kind of going to look like me compared to Xerxes on the field, which is too bad. Tank Dell, if you want a little bit more height, is 5'10" with 84 speed. There's really good cards in here. Now, in terms of getting them for cheap, I don't really recommend you go through and just buy them on the auction block, because if we want to go through and get Jack Campbell as an example, he costs 85k, which realistically, we probably don't want to pay that much. We can get them for a little bit cheaper by going through here and doing this set. Now, when we go to the sets tab, you got to put 3 881s as well as a 78 to 79 overall player in here to get this one done. Realistically, I'm assuming a lot of you guys probably have maybe some straggler 78 to 79s in your binder. If you do, throw them in here without a doubt. But let's be kosher here and let's take a look at the auction blog to figure out how many coins we're going to be spending if we go through and buy everything. Now, when it comes to the 80s, I would say your best ways to find them for cheap are filtering down by tight end, wide receiver, and corner. I've just seen the most cheap players right here, and if you find a 20k, you're sitting pretty. 3 cards at 20k is simple math. I don't need to pull up the calculator for that. That's 60,000 coins in total spend. 20k per card is a nice number to find. I actually think it's going to be relatively easy to find at 20 or around. There are so many Dalton Schultz posted up. He's one of the free cards that everyone got for playing like the beginner solo, so there's so many of him posted. And then if we take a look at the cornerback market, it's the exact same vibes. This DJ Reed was a card that everyone got for free as well. I don't see as many cheap corners right here. I might filter it down by Team Seahawks and we'll see if we can find one. We see at 22k, it's a coin card, and I don't know why we're seeing Tariq Woolen. All right, my bad. I look a little bit silly. DJ Reed is no longer on the Seahawks. He's on the Jets. We saw a card up for 17k. We see a bunch up for 20 right here. I mean, we'll take 20, no complaints. Okay, so right there, you spend about 60k to get those cards done. Now, all we have to do is find a 78 to 79, which realistically, you might have in your item binder. If you don't, you can go through and buy one on the auction block for about 6,000 coins. As you guys can see right here, filter down by any position and just go down by the quality 75 to 79 and then scroll down until you see one. You'll see them at 6k. That's basically the minimum. So in total spend, we're spending 66k instead of 85. That's a pretty good deal. And if you want to go through here and actually use this as a coin making method, be my guest. You can definitely go through and just do these sets over and over and then sell the players very, very easily. Like us, if we wanted to, could very easily go through and just sell our Jack Campbell for 85 and make profit right there. But that's not really the point of this video. Obviously, that is a solid coin making method. Instead, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be getting these cards at 65k, and at 65, I think these cards are so worth it. Like, tell me 65k for those stats isn't an absolute steal. We're going to go through here and we're going to pick Shaquille Griffin, and then I'm going to do the set one more time and take Jack Campbell. And then I think the team's actually going to be in a pretty solid spot in terms of upgrades. This is really something you guys should be taking advantage of today. So upgrade number 1, we went through and added our boy Shaquille Griffin. Now it's time to go through and pick Jack Campbell. As you guys saw before, those cards were selling in 80k. We're getting them for 66. Very, very solid deal and something I would recommend. It's a great value pickup. The cards have unbelievable stats. They are so worth it. We're going to go through and take Jack Campbell right now, and we've just totally revamped our middle linebacker core. Realistically, we get to sell off Nick Bolton, we get to sell off Darius Slay, and because we got one of them for free, we realistically just picked up those 3 players, spent 120k, and I might make back that 120 when I sell off the 2 players that I'm replacing these new 82s with. Boys, this is something everyone needs to do. These cards are unbelievable. They can make your team a heck of a lot better. And that's gonna do it for me. If you enjoyed, be sure to scroll down and drop a like, and until next time, I'm out. Love y'all. See ya. Peace.